Welcome to The Growth Kit, a podcast where science and actionable advice intersect to help you live a better life. The best all-natural sleep aids and dangers of sleep meds. Sleep is the golden chain that binds health and our bodies together. Thomas Dekker. In today's fast-paced world, a good night's sleep is often elusive, with millions of individuals struggling to find the rest they need to thrive. Everyone knows sleep is important, yet over a third of adults in the U.S. report sleeping less than 7 hours per night, leading to impaired cognitive function, lower mood, more weight gain, increased risk of diabetes and cancer, and even thousands of fatal car crashes annually. In the pursuit of better sleep, many turn to natural sleep aids as a safer alternative to prescription medications. However, not all supplements are created equal, and navigating the vast array of options can be daunting. I'm constantly tinkering and experimenting to optimize my sleep, so I've become a guinea pig of sorts over the years as I've trialed a lot of sleep aids to see which ones are worth continuing and which are a waste of money. How to choose all-natural sleep aids. The sleep aid market has exploded into a multi-billion-dollar industry worldwide, with supplements for sleep comprising a significant portion of the pie. This colossal growth, in conjunction with its unregulated nature, results in an incredible amount of untested and unproven supplements lining the shelves. Therefore, when looking for supplements to improve sleep quality without compromising your health, it's crucial to consider two main questions: which ones actually work and which ones are safe. As someone who has experimented with many supplements in my search for the perfect night of sleep, I've narrowed the list down to 5 that I use regularly. The others might be useful at other times, such as with jet lag or after a night of drinking, but as of now, I do not use them. It's important to note that everyone will respond differently to supplements, just as everyone responds differently to food and medicine. When trialing any new supplement, it's important to choose a reputable source to ensure you're taking what it says you're taking. I've vetted the brands I use in the links below through sites like labdoor.com and consumerlab.com to make sure they are legitimate. Once you find a good one, then monitor the effect to find your own keepers. As a disclaimer, consult your doctor. Before starting any new medication or supplement, consult with your doctor, especially considering the possible interactions with existing medications such as blood thinners and antidepressants. The dangers of sleep meds. For many suffering from sleep problems, Z-drugs like zolpidem, Ambien, and isoprolol, Lunesta, Zaleplon, Sonata, and Ramelteon, Rosarim, are commonly prescribed for sleep disorders. These belong to a class of drugs called non-benzodiazepine hypnotics, which act as agonists at the gamma-aminobutyric acid A, aka GABA-A, receptors, enhancing the inhibitory effects of GABA neurotransmission in the central nervous system, and thereby promoting sedation and sleep. This mechanism of action leads to their hypnotic effects, but also contributes to the development of tolerance, dependence, and potential adverse effects associated with long-term use. And the prevalence of long-term users is surprising, with 7.3% of those in the 18 to 64-year-old range and 36.7% in those older than 65 years old. Addiction and abuse. While these drugs were originally thought to be safer than older sleep medications, like benzodiazepines, concerns have grown about their potential for abuse, dependence, and withdrawal. Ineffective sleep. These medications for sleep have the potential to modify the innate sleep structure, impacting various sleep stages, notably REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. Such disturbance can lead to fragmented or less rejuvenating sleep, ultimately compromising overall sleep quality and daytime performance. Lingering effects. The sleep benefits come at a cost. Z-drugs often lead to lingering effects that persist into the next day. Individuals who take these medications may experience symptoms such as drowsiness and dizziness, which can significantly impair cognitive function and increase the risk of accidents during daily activities. Complex sleepwalking. One of the most alarming side effects of Z-drugs is the potential for complex sleepwalking. This involves performing intricate activities while asleep, such as driving, cooking, or engaging in sexual activity, with no memory of it upon waking. This not only puts you at risk of injury, but also poses a potential danger to those around you. Memory woes. A notable concern associated with Z drugs is the impairment of memory function. Research suggests that these medications, particularly when used in excessive or prolonged doses, can adversely affect memory formation and recall. Individuals may experience difficulties in learning new information, retaining memories, and concentrating on cognitive tasks, potentially impacting overall cognitive functioning and daily activities. Elderly risks amplified. For older adults, Z drugs can be especially dangerous. A 2022 study found that the long-term use of these drugs significantly increased the risk for falls and fractures in comparison to no treatment or melatonin agonists. This is particularly concerning because 1/3 of people over 65 die within a year of a fracture. Limited long-term impact. While Z drugs are commonly prescribed for the treatment of insomnia, their long-term efficacy may be limited due to various factors. Prolonged use of these medications can lead to issues such as dependence, tolerance, and adverse effects, ultimately diminishing their effectiveness over time. Additionally, discontinuation of Z drugs may result in rebound insomnia or withdrawal symptoms, further complicating efforts to achieve sustainable improvements in sleep quality over the long term. Addressing the root cause. Z drugs offer a band-aid solution, masking the underlying causes of insomnia. Stress, anxiety, poor sleep hygiene, and even medical conditions can be the true culprits. A 2021 study found that the positive effects of self-help, CBTI, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, are maintained for as long as 10 years after a 6-week-long bibliotherapeutic treatment, with 66% of participants no longer fulfilling criteria for an insomnia diagnosis after 10 years. The statistics paint a clear picture. Z drugs offer a tempting shortcut, but the potential dangers lurk around the corner. In fact, Dr. Peter Attia said that he would rather have his patients put their genitals in a blender than take medicine like Ambien and Lunesta. Issues with common sleep meds that aren't Z drugs. While Z drugs, Zolpidem, Ambien, Zaloplan, and Isopoplone, are the most well-known medications in this category, they aren't the only ones. Here are some other types of drugs used for sleep, each with its pros and cons. Benzodiazepines. These older medications were once the mainstay of sleep treatment, but have fallen out of favor due to their higher risk of dependence, rebound insomnia, worsening sleep after stopping the medication, and daytime drowsiness. Examples include diazepam, Valium, and lorazepam, Ativan. Melatonin receptor agonists. These drugs mimic the effects of the natural sleep hormone melatonin. They are generally considered safe and well tolerated, but their effectiveness varies and might not be strong enough for everyone. Examples include Rameltian, Rosarem, and Tasimeltian, Hetlios. Antidepressants. Some antidepressants, particularly those with sedative side effects like amitriptyline and doxepin, can be used off-label for sleep problems. However, they come with other potential side effects and should only be used under the supervision of a doctor. Antihistamines. Some older antihistamines like diphenhydramine, Benadryl, have drowsiness as a side effect, making them sometimes used for sleep. However, they can also cause daytime drowsiness and cognitive impairment, not ideal for long-term use. Over-the-counter sleep aids. This category includes medications such as Tylenol PM, Advil PM, and other over-the-counter products tailored for sleep aid purposes. Typically, these combine pain relievers with antihistamines like diphenhydramine, known for their sedative properties. Studies have raised concerns about these medications, with acetaminophen potentially compromising immune system function and exhibiting mixed evidence regarding its association with an increased risk of cancer. The best natural sleep aids. If there's a natural sleep aid that has decent research behind it, then I've probably tried it. I tracked my quantitative and qualitative sleep to see how they affected me personally. Those demonstrating improvement in both realms earned a spot in my regimen, while those falling short were phased out. Here you'll find a curated selection of the best, high-performing, and scientifically supported natural sleep aids. Check the show notes or the full article on mindbodydad.com for links to recommendations of what I use. And, again, talk to your doctor. 1. Magnesium. Magnesium is the fourth most abundant mineral in the body, but about 50% of Americans are deficient in it. One study showed that magnesium can reverse age-related insomnia in the elderly, and another study corroborated this by using it to partially reverse age-related sleep issues. Research also found that low magnesium levels are significantly associated with depression in younger adults, further negatively impacting sleep. Consider this. Start by increasing your magnesium intake through food, nuts, seeds, yogurt, leafy green vegetables, and then consider a supplement. Magnesium glycinate and threonate are two of the most bioavailable types of magnesium, so I alternate taking magnesium threonate and magnesium glycinate every other night for about 30 minutes before bed. 2. Performance Lab Sleep. Performance Lab Sleep is a high-quality natural sleep aid designed to promote deep, restorative sleep without harsh sedatives. It's third-party tested. It uses NutriCaps ER prebiotic capsules instead of cellulose or gelatin capsules. It is made with only 4 scientifically backed ingredients to enhance relaxation and support healthy melatonin production. Magnesium bisglycinate calms the nervous system and regulates sleep hormones. Montmorency, tart cherry, boosts melatonin naturally, improving sleep quality. L-tryptophan aids serotonin and melatonin production for better rest. Lemon balm extract calms the nervous system and reduces stress. This formula supports natural sleep cycles, and I've noticed quicker sleep onset and better sleep quality in my own routine. I'll take this instead of my magnesium on nights when I anticipate difficulty falling asleep to give me some extra help. Check out Performance Lab Sleep here. 3. L-theanine. L-theanine is an amino acid naturally found in green tea in small amounts and is used to reduce stress. It does this by decreasing the activation of the sympathetic, fight, flight, freeze, nervous system without a dip in alertness or energy. Because of this, it can be used before bed or during the day. It's great to take with caffeine for decreasing jitters and improving cognition. Another study concluded that it helped the sleep of 8 to 12-year-old boys with ADHD. Consider this. I've taken the sublingual Superior Source brand, but I tend to take it in capsule form with a brand like Now Supplements. A dose of 100 to 600 milligrams is most effective. 4. Vitamin D. Low vitamin D is associated with sleep disorders, short sleep duration, poor sleep quality, and sleepiness. About 40% of American adults have insufficient vitamin D levels. The best way to get vitamin D is through direct sun exposure, hence the nickname, the sunshine vitamin. Consider this. Get sunlight whenever you can, especially in the morning. If it's hard to do, or you're in a place with little sun, try using a light therapy lamp. You can also take a vitamin D3 supplement, especially in darker months. I take Performance Labs D3 plus K2 from October to March, with the combination of D3 and K2 being found to improve absorption and efficacy. The D-Minder app helps track your sun exposure and the best times for it. Aim for 10,000 lux of sunlight, which only takes a minute on sunny days, or up to 30 minutes on cloudy days. If you can't go out in the morning, try before 10 a.m., or use a light therapy lamp if you can't go outside at all. 5. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, a renowned adaptogen herb, is celebrated for its stress-relieving properties and ability to enhance the body's resilience to stress. It's been shown to reduce anxiety and stress and improve sleep quality. Consider this. An effective dose of ashwagandha typically ranges from 300 milligrams to 600 milligrams per day. I have found that I do well with slightly higher doses, so I take 1 capsule of ashwagandha a few times a week. 6. Saffron. Saffron is a highly prized spice derived from the delicate threads of the Crocus sativus flower. Renowned for its vibrant color, distinct flavor, and potent aroma, saffron has been cherished for centuries in culinary traditions around the world. Like all of these supplements, saffron's benefits go beyond sleep. I started taking saffron as a mood enhancer, but found out it also improves sleep duration, sleep latency, and sleep quality. Consider this. I use the brand Luma Nutrition and take one capsule, 88.5 milligrams, about twice a week. Note: make sure not to take high doses, 12 to 20 grams, which can be fatal. 7. Fermented foods. Fermented foods promote a healthy gut, and the gut is directly linked to the brain through the vagus nerve. A study on fermented milk in the elderly found a positive effect on sleep efficiency and waking episodes. There are limited studies on fermented food and sleep, but there is plenty of support for the relationship between the intestinal microbiome and sleep disorders. Consider this. My goal is a daily serving of probiotics and fermented food. Sauerkraut is one of the best sources and easiest to make and buy, but I just can't get myself to like the stuff. I tend to stick to yogurt, kimchi, apple cider vinegar, and kefir, which my kids love just drinking from the bottle out of the straw with me. I also occasionally take a probiotic from Primal Blueprint. Natural sleep aids, the underperformers. Here's a list of supplements that are touted for their efficacy when it comes to sleep. However, I tried each, tracking both my quantitative and qualitative sleep, and they didn't move the needle at all or moved it in the wrong direction. 1. GABA. GABA, short for gamma-aminobutyric acid, is a neurotransmitter in the brain known for its calming effects, promoting relaxation and reducing anxiety. Reduced levels of GABA have been observed in individuals with sleep apnea and insomnia, suggesting its involvement in regulating sleep patterns and promoting restfulness. There is evidence that those with sleep apnea and insomnia have reduced levels of GABA. My thoughts. I've tried GABA, which makes me extremely relaxed, but the feeling persists once I wake up to the point where I just don't want to get out of bed. I might save this for a kid-free vacation. 2. Melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone naturally produced by the body's pineal gland, playing a crucial role in regulating sleep-wake cycles and helping to synchronize the body's internal clock with the day-night cycle. How much should you take? One study looked to determine what our natural melatonin levels are at nighttime. They found that 0.1 and 0.3 milligrams doses generated peak serum melatonin levels that were within the normal range of nocturnal melatonin levels. This is well below the 5 to 10 to way more milligrams often found in supplements. So if you do take melatonin, then stick with this smaller range to avoid side effects like next-day drowsiness, and be aware that it can reduce the effectiveness of medications like birth control, blood pressure meds, and antidepressants. What should I take if I do take it? In a test of 31 melatonin supplements, an 83% to 478% range in the actual content of the melatonin compared to what the label said. Be sure to buy any supplement from a reputable source. See show notes for a suggestion. My thoughts. I've used this very sparingly in the past, because even a small dose makes me very groggy in the morning. I also thought that continuously taking melatonin decreased the endogenous, natural production over time, but a meta-analysis concluded that this is likely not the case. Quantitatively, my sleep improves slightly, but it's not worth the drudgery it causes the next day, even when taking very small amounts. 3. Glycine. Glycine is an amino acid and neurotransmitter naturally made in our body. It works by lowering body temperature and increasing serotonin levels, therefore decreasing the time it takes to fall asleep, and it improves sleep quality and the amount of time in deep sleep. My thoughts. Magnesium glycine, which I already take, combines magnesium and glycine, so I already get these benefits, but I still took 2 grams a night for a month to see if there were any additional benefits, and the well ran dry. I didn't notice anything, so glycine is off the list. 4. Tart cherry juice. I first learned about tart cherry juice when the Penn State football team started drinking in 2018. I was intrigued, looked into it further, and found some evidence for less muscle soreness after drinking 12 ounces for 7 days in runners. And sleep. Improved sleep time and efficiency in this small study, and increased melatonin levels in another small study. My thoughts. I drank it for a week, and I did not notice any improvements in sleep or soreness. Plus, there's a ton of sugar. I tried the Just Tart Cherry kind, which doesn't have any added sugars, but it still has 25 grams of sugar per 8 ounces. Even if it did work for sleep, I don't know if I could justify that much sugar to get some better sleep. 5. Apigenin. Apigenin is a bioflavonoid naturally occurring in plants and herbs, notably found in chamomile tea. While it's believed to aid in anxiety reduction and potentially improve sleep, the current research on apigenin's effects on sleep is limited and is not convincing. One small study broke up 34 subjects and had half take 270 milligrams of chamomile extract and found no significant impacts on sleep. My thoughts. Despite weak evidence, I tried it anyway, taking 50 milligrams an hour before bed. Not only did I not see any significant changes in my quality of sleep, but I felt groggier waking up. So this one's a no-go. 6. Zinc. Zinc is the second most abundant trace mineral in the body. It's needed in more than 300 enzymes, and recently it was found to have a role in sleep. A group of 15 volunteers took 15 grams of zinc through 40 grams of Pacific oysters compared to the placebo, who ate scallops daily, for 12 weeks. Both sleep onset latency and efficiency improved in the experimental group. Another study of 890 healthy people found that those who slept 7 to 9 hours had the highest levels of zinc levels, less for those who slept both more than 9 hours and less than 7. One reason may be that it plays a role in converting 5-HTP to serotonin to melatonin. My thoughts. The only reason that zinc might not be on the keeper list is that I didn't give it a fair shot. I tried it for a week and nothing stood out from a sleep standpoint. One reason may be that I eat a naturally high zinc diet as it is. Beef, chicken legs, pumpkin seeds, eggs, flax seeds, and spinach as the top contenders. I also take a high-quality multivitamin that contains 15 milligrams of zinc. These allow me to hit the optimal dosage range of zinc, which is 15 to 30 milligrams. What to do before meds and supplements. While these natural sleep aids can be very effective, it's important to address any underlying issues that may be preventing you from getting consistent high-quality sleep, where popping a tablet would be unnecessary. One of my tried and true strategies is to move more. I recommend doubling the amount of steps you take, assuming you take the minimum effective dose of 8,000 steps a day, and seeing how you sleep at night. I've recommended this to many patients with sleep issues, and it consistently hits the mark. Another proven technique is to give up the coffee. Yep, I know, but try it. Finally, consider some basic sleep tools. For example, my wife and I each use a sleep mask every night. When she suggested it to a patient of hers, it was so successful that she stopped taking her sleep medication and hasn't had any issues since. And given the role it plays in our health, I've written about sleep a lot. Check out mindbodydad.com for the articles I've written on sleep. Thanks for tuning into the Growth Kit podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. You can check out my website at mindbodydad.com and subscribe for more weekly insights sent to your inbox. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at mindbodydad. Many of the links I share are affiliate links, which means I earn a small commission if you purchase through them. This doesn't affect the price you pay, but it helps support the podcast. In some cases, I may even be able to provide unique discounts for you. I only recommend products and resources that I genuinely believe in and use myself. My top priority is to provide practical ways to help you live better, and I wouldn't link to anything that doesn't align with that goal. Thanks for your support.